If you're looking for a pick really fast and you need something to put in right now, here's one. Go on to DraftKings, Canelo by unanimous decision, plus 400. I'll explain why and some other alternatives you might want to do, but my name is Percy and welcome back to the 4Bs where we discuss boxing, betting the B-side, and other BS. So going back to that Canelo versus Berlanga fight, which is happening tonight. If you want to be one of those guys who looks smart and can show off your winnings afterwards, okay, then there's one with the Canelo by unanimous decision, because if you look on FanDuel, they offered it at plus 320, and it's really not that much different than picking Canelo to win by decision. So I told you in the past not to go with exact method of victory, but in this case, if you're going to have somebody win by unanimous decision, it probably would have to be the face of boxing and Canelo Alvarez. The other thing you can do, if you want to hedge your bets, go back to FanDuel, not where you went to DraftKings and did your unanimous decision bet on Canelo Alvarez, but now you're going to put in a bet on Edgar Berlanga to win by a stoppage. That one on FanDuel is plus 2,200, which is way better than you get on DraftKings, which is plus 1,800. That way, if you want to be at the fight party and show off how smart you are without really talking beforehand, you can either open up your DraftKings when Canelo wins by unanimous decision, or you can open up your FanDuel when Berlanga wins by a KO or TKO. Honestly, though, don't put too much on that one because I don't see that happening. I'm a New York guy, but if I had this YouTube channel back 3 or 4 years ago when Berlanga was having his first-round knockout streak of 16 fights, I would have told you and everyone else out there, including all my Puerto Rican fans, that Berlanga was not the guy you need to watch. It was Xander Zayas. I still stick with that. If what you're looking for are just things that you can piece together, then we can look at the undercard. And one of the fights you have on that undercard is going to be Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia. Now, the thing about these guys is that they are very inactive and old, and really the only thing I'm going to tell you is the place where you can make a little bit of money is on Danny Garcia on the money line. Both DraftKings and FanDuel have it at the same plus 210 at the moment. That's all I would put in there, and probably put it in as a parlay piece. Then you move down one more spot, and you've got Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumby. I had never heard of Trevor McCumby before this. I like Caleb Plant. He's one of my guys. I like watching him fight. I was rooting for him against Canelo. If you look at him, though, for him to win this fight by a stoppage, I believe on FanDuel it's minus 195, which is a little bit better than on DraftKings at minus 225. Again, if I'm going to use that, it's only going to be as a parlay piece. One thing that DraftKings does offer that might be a little more interesting is for Caleb Plant to win the fight and there to be more than 1.5 knockdowns. And in that case, you'd get a plus 165. I can see that happening where Trevor McCumby has been doing all this talking, gets knocked down, keeps on coming, and Caleb Plant just puts him down and wins the fight either by decision or with a stoppage there. So I can see that happening. I'd have two different sets of bets going, and on DraftKings, it would include Canelo by unanimous decision along with Danny Garcia winning his fight, and then Caleb Plant plus winning with more than 1.5 knockdowns in the fight. And then on FanDuel, again, I would have Canelo winning by points or decision at plus 280 instead of having the plus 400 that DraftKings is offering for a unanimous decision, which is a lot harder to predict. Take that and parlay it with Garcia money line, and then also Caleb Plant winning by stoppage, but I just don't know that's really worth it, but I'll put it in there just because that's what I'm rooting for. I know there are other fights that are going on today. I know that Stephen Fulton is fighting. I haven't had a chance to really look into that fight. I really do hope he does well because I like watching Stephen Fulton fight. I might even throw a little bit on it, even though the money line is not good, so I'm going to have to find something else to just throw a little bit on to make it more exciting. Also, I know there's UFC. It's not really my thing. If it's yours, good luck with your bets there. But I do hope you have good luck all around with your bets and on boxing as well. We'll see you again later this weekend to recap.